An opinion editor for the Washington Times, Charlie Hurt. Charlie, how does this all add up? There was a report that the GOP candidates out in Iowa, they're not even mentioning President Trump. They're afraid to alienate his voters.
Yeah, it's a real problem for them. But it's, and of course, the more that Democrats do to try to, at this point, jail Trump because they're so afraid that he's going to win the nomination and run and win the presidency again. I think even people like independent or Republicans who are not necessarily Trump supporters, who maybe they don't like everything about him, realize that this is about a whole lot more than just Donald Trump. This is about the country. And what we're seeing is an unprecedented attempt to use the judicial system in order to carry out and punish, carry out a political agenda and punish political opponents. And, that nobody on the Republican side is down for this. And so they've really sort of set a trap for themselves. And it's funny to listen to the White House. They say things like, they'll say, that they want, that, they hope to face Trump, that's who they. No, they don't. They're lying when they say that. They don't want to face Trump. They've seen the polling. They realize where this is going. If Trump gets the nomination, he's going to destroy Joe Biden. And then if they manage to take Joe Biden out and put somebody else in his place, I think he's going to destroy them, too, because they've run off with the circus with all their crazy open borders, wars everywhere, stuff that Donald Trump has made a career out of opposing.
But, Charlie, I think most American-loving patriots would look at what's happening with Democrats prosecuting Donald Trump, and they're shocked by it, they're outraged by it, like all of us right now are. But I think they'll go the next step. They'll put him in jail. And can Donald Trump really run for president behind jail? And will he lose the support? Is that really the nail in his coffin? Isn't that what they're going for? If they couldn't put it through the prosecution, if they couldn't do it through impeachments, if they couldn't do it through the lies about Russia collusion, won't they do it by putting him behind bars?
I think that without a doubt, that's what they're trying to do. And they see that as their only hope.
Yeah.
And, where that goes from here, I don't know. It's terrifying to think about because, I don't know that they've sort of played it out, because do they think that people are just going to sort of take that? They're just going to roll over and take that. I don't know where it goes, but it is a dangerous, dangerous game the Democrats are playing. And of course, and again, it can't be said enough. The reason they are trying to jail him is because they know that if he wins the nomination, he is going to beat them and wind up back in the White House.
Meantime, Biden and his buddies really want to see this administration, want us, you, the nation, to see this administration as historic.
President Biden, the administration, Democrats in the House and Senate, we've been busy governing, and that's important because we've delivered historic results for the American people on issue after issue after issue.
What I would say, and I've said this many times, and many of my colleagues have said this, the president says this, if you watch him, if you've seen what he's done the last 2 years, this is a president has had a historic administration in just 2 years.
And during the course of the last almost two and a half years now, the work that we have done has actually been historic in proportion.
Historic? Do they mean prehistoric? Americans sure think so. With 26%, Charlie, say that when they think of President Biden, the words old, outdated, aging, and elderly are first that come to mind. 15% would use the words slow, confused, and bumbling.
Well, they're not wrong. I mean, there's a lot historic going on here, and it's not just the historically old, prehistoric nature, dinosaur nature of Joe Biden, but also we're talking about a historic invasion at the border, historic inflation, historic standoff with a nuclear-armed nation. All of these things, there's no doubt that the Biden administration will go down in history as a truly historic administration, but I don't think it's quite the way the administration is trying to spin it. And I also think it's very interesting that we're starting to see the press, the political press, they've done everything. They got him elected in the first place. They've done everything they can to cover for him and to go after his opponents. I think that they're starting to lose their stomach for it a little bit.
A little bit, maybe. Well, let's stay on the campaign trail because rapper Eminem is slapping Vivek Swami with a cease and desist for rapping his song "Lose Yourself." Remember this?
Loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's joking how everybody's joking now. The clock's run out, time's up, over, plow, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
So Charlie, first, I love Vivek rapping to that song, but Eminem's a well-known radical liberal. I was surprised that he didn't try to stop this from happening, right when it came out, but it's happening now.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous. And by the way, I'm no lawyer, but I'm pretty sure that Vivek did enough of his own adding to the song that he could probably claim credit for whatever he ended up producing. But it's so funny because, and this reminds me of the eternal fight between the Rolling Stones and Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Most politicians, when a musical artist goes after a politician for using their songs at a rally, politicians are so afraid of getting yelled at by anybody, especially a famous person, that they just completely roll over and they give in and they stop playing the songs. Well, Donald Trump has been in like a 6-year fight with the Rolling Stones. He could care less that they don't want him playing his song. He paid for the song. He can play it. So screw you, Mick Jagger. And I get the sense that you're getting a little bit of that from Vivek Ramaswamy as well. And my hat's off to him. I admire it. Tell these people to go jump in a lake.
Will the real Slim Shady please get over himself? Charlie Hurt.
Thanks, Charlie.
Yeah, that's right.
Tip of the hat, Mr. Hurt.
Good to see you.